today is the open day here at Allotments, and there's the scarecrow competition. So here's what I've been harvesting over August. I've got chard, curly kale, red curly kale, corn, yellow and green courgettes, beetroot and radicchio. This is the sweet corn I've been growing. You can see the tips and some of the leaves are just starting to turn brown. So that normally is a sign that your cobs could be ready. So I'm just going to peel one back and take a look if I can and see whether I think that's good to go. Let's check another. Not quite one. If I can get in. Oh yeah, see how that's really nice and golden colour? That's ready, I reckon. Here you can see I've got some more cucumbers growing. A little small one down here, and then there's quite a large one here. I'm just going to pull off gently. All you need to do is twist it. It should come off. There we go. Give some of these little thorny spiky bits, just rub them off. There we go. Excellent. Two more beauties here as well, so they're ready for coming off. Again, just twist it. It should come off nicely. Okay, I tied these pumpkins up on these canes. Somebody had told me about vertical planting. Here you can see under this big leaf, there's a beautiful pumpkin just starting to grow. So I'm going to keep an eye on that because we don't want that to snap off because of the weight. So this is Maxine, or the variety Max pumpkin. As you can see, I would say about 15 foot in length. So these are my courgette plants that have done really well this year. Green being a zucchini variety, and the yellow, I have no idea. The plant was given to me by the neighbour on the allotment, Dave. So you can see there's a lovely yellow courgette there, which I'm just going to take off using the snips in a minute. And there should be a green one I saw growing earlier in the week. There we go. That's ready to come off. Don't leave them too long. If you're not careful, you'll end up with marrows. So here in my brassica cage, I've got some curly kale. So I'm going to cut some of this off today. They say to cut the outer stems off, and then it will carry on growing some more. It just needs a good wash when you get home. Once you've cut it, just see the white fly. Here you can see red curly kale. This variety is called Red Boar F1. It's a lovely colour. Again, just cut the outer stems and hopefully you'll get some new shoots coming off. Again, autumn planting, I did these a couple of months ago. This is curly kale on the left, red cabbage in the middle, bit of curly kale at the back, and then we've got some chard. I think this might be a rainbow variety, as you can see, different colours. Just inside here you can see I have an array of beautiful chard. So again, I'm going to cut some of that off, but leave the plant here, hopefully to get some new shoots. So what's still to come out the ground, I've got the leeks in here. I don't think they're going to be ready until October, November, so we'll keep an eye on those. And just to the right, just here, I have my wonderful Brussels sprouts, which are just under this brassica, which is actually scaffold netting a lot of people use. If you just look inside, you can see these little beauties growing. I think what I might have to do though is redesign the protection over the top because they're getting quite large now. This is the apple tree that came with the half plot. Not quite ready. We've tasted one this morning and they're still a little bit bitter and sharp. So we're going to leave them on the tree. And I believe when they are ready, if you just turn and pull one off, it comes off easily. These are eating apples, but I'm not quite sure what the variety is. My butternut squash is still doing well. That's nowhere near ready, as you can see. Never grown one before, so that's nice to see. So another good variety for autumn planting are these potatoes, which if you put in now should be ready for Christmas. This variety is called Desiree, and you can see here they've got some shoots already. So get them in the ground, give them a good water. I've fertilised them with some potato fertiliser, and we're just going to put a little mound of a trench on top, just to protect them from the frost in the upcoming months. Here you can see 3 of my parsnip plants that I've grown. I grew these in the greenhouse in a toilet roll. So I read somewhere that was pretty good. This variety is tender and true, and when I get back home I'll show you how I'm going to pot on the ones that I've had on the windowsill for a while. So these are 3 more of the parsnips I've grown from seed, popping them on the windowsill in a toilet roll, and I'm just transplanting them now into a larger pot so they can just mature a little bit more before I pop them next to the other 3 that are already at the allotment. This is the variety I was using, parsnip by Mr. Fothergill's, tender and true. So we're going to get some nice compost on these, give them a good water. I'm going to pop them probably back on the windowsill in the kitchen because it gets a lot of sunlight. Radish Sparkler 3. So these are my little gem lettuces I put in yesterday, and I've given them a good water. And you can see here my radicchio, which is like a radishy, spicy cabbage, come lettuce, I suppose. They're doing really well, so I'm going to donate these to the open day today. And I think they sell them for proceeds. So autumn planting, I've just put some cabbage, Serpentine F1 variety in. I've put some lime into the soil to counteract the acidity, which we have here on the allotments. I'm going to give it a really, really good water.